that want to go put on these uniforms knowing that these organizations mean us no good, mean us no good and mean us nothing but harm. That's the difference. You literally had a choice to either go work a regular job, go pursue your dreams of doing whatever it is, go to school and do this and do that, or go sign up to take orders, to be disruptive, to be cruel and heartless to the public, and to specifically and strategically your own kind of people alongside with these evil people that you know got it in for us. So it's even more crazier when we see one of our people in those uniforms. Now, everybody, because God just made us melanated people with tender, loving, kind hearts, we give everybody the benefit of the doubt. We give everybody grace, especially anybody that ain't us. But when we see one of our brothers or sisters in these uniforms, we still try to give them the benefit of the doubt. We try to listen to them when they say, well, I joined the force because I wanted to make a difference. I wanted to, I wanted to stop the criminals, and I wanted to stop crime, and I wanted to, be, so on and so forth. I wanted to be this kind of person to the community. I wanted to serve the community. This is what they say. This is what they tell everybody. But yet, you see these niggas jumping out, pulling a weapon, pulling out batons and everything else. You see them beating niggas, if not worse than these savages. And when I say savages, y'all know who I'm talking about. So, where is all this? Well, I'm serving the community and I joined the force to do all this. I joined the force to serve the community. That all go out the window. As soon as they get a call or they back up they savage comrades, they right there front line. In fact, they tell the niggas, hey, these your people, you need to go handle these niggas before we kill them. Now, they might not say it cut and dry like that, but in so many words, when you see sellout niggas and house niggas frontline trying to calm down the field niggas, that's what that is. Hey, go calm them niggas down before we kill them niggas. And what you think gonna happen to the house niggas? The field niggas is looking like, oh bro, you going against your own kind for these savages? The ones who you know for a fact will shoot you in the back for no reason and turn the other way and act like they don't know what happened. You gonna get it worse. But yeah, that's just crazy, all this shit that I'm seeing with these ICE agents out here doing all this crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? The ICE agent, or the two ICE agents that shot that lady because, let these savages tell it. She tried to run them over. She floored it. You can see the wheels spinning, bro. And, it amazes me the way white people try to justify their demonic, savage, barbaric behavior. They got every excuse in the world as to why they felt it was justified to take another human being life, to kill an animal, to just do some foul, sick, ridiculous shit. So I read the comments, and of course it was nothing but white people in the comments saying, basically she deserved it, and the wheels were spinning and you could see the dent in the car. She hit one of the ICE agent officers, and she should have just complied with their demands, and she should have just did what she was told. And now in that same instance, you can look up on YouTube, there are dozens of videos of white people, specifically white men, running around the United States of America. Now when I say America, I gotta spell America with 3 K's. I don't spell it with no C. AMERIKKKA. And they running around the United Snakes of America. They run around with a camera and hold video cameras in front of people on the sidewalk, on the public sidewalks, in front of people businesses, in front of the banks, in front of all kind of places that people wouldn't want to be recorded, or you wouldn't think that people would be trying to record. And they lure people to come ask them, hey, what are you doing? What are you recording? And I just want to know what you're recording and why you're recording. And then they simply tell them, oh, I'm just, exercising my rights. I'm exercising my First Amendment, my Fourth Amendment, my Fifth Amendment. They give you all the reasons of why they're doing what they're doing and why it's justified and why that nobody can do nothing about it, because this is their human rights as a citizen. And so it's amazing to me that white people in the comments is saying, well, she should have listened to what she was told. But these same white people will be outside trying to get police officers to engage them and violate their rights and tell them, you're violating my rights. You're violating my rights. I don't have to listen to you. I got freedom of speech. I can do this, and I'm not detained, and I can walk. I'm free to go. But you just said this lady that was trying to get away, you just said that she should have listened to them when they told her to get out the car, but clearly they was violating her rights. So if she wasn't detained, which I don't believe she was, if they didn't tell her and read her the Miranda rights, even though they ICE agents, they might got different, a different so-called code of ethics that they go by, and different laws or whatever, or different rights that they have to read, or they might not have to read nobody no rights at all, whatever the case. But the closest thing that you're gonna see to an officer on the streets as of right now. So to me, they all the same. ICE agents, police officers, all the goddamn same. So if y'all didn't read her the Miranda rights, and you didn't tell her she was actually detained, because you have to use this kind of wordplay and everything, or you didn't identify yourself and you didn't verify your badge number, then who are you to be walking up telling somebody that they can't go nowhere, and so on and so forth? But you mean to tell me she deserved to get shot or lose her life because she was trying to get away from these savages? It's crazy out here.
Cyclops.
But anyway, enough about that shit. Let's move on to another topic, another subject. I was just online. You know what I'm saying? I barely be on TikTok like that, but I got on TikTok, seen a few people on live that I thought fuck with me, and I thought I fuck with them. So I'm trying to get up in the live box, the panel. I request up. Motherfuckers ain't letting me up. So I'm typing in the comments like, hey, let me up. I heard somebody come off mute and say something, but I don't know what the hell they said. So the host, which is the reason I'm in there, she steady reading the comments, but she ain't reading mine. She steady calling people that's in there like, oh, welcome in such and such. I'm like, man, I know this bitch see my comments. So then they start saying something. The host was like, oh, it's glitching or something like that or whatever. She was like, well, why the panel look like that? I'm looking like, alright, whatever. Maybe it is glitching, I don't know. Then she kept reading the comments. But I'm like, how she not seeing mine? So then I wrote again, like, hey, so you ain't gonna let me up? I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I thought me and her were real cool, whatever. So I'm like, alright, bro, I ain't finna do all this fuck shit. Alright, the few people in here that I follow, which is about 2 people, let me hit that unfollow button. And it could have been something that I didn't see, that I didn't know was going on, but for what it looked like to me, it looked like y'all was on some bullshit or whatever. We go where we appreciate it, not tolerate it. And it's just that simple and plain. You know what I mean? Now, normally when I unfollow somebody, I make them unfollow me, but I ain't even go to their page and make them unfollow me because I hate seeing a motherfucker at the top of my screen say such and such viewed your profile. And I definitely hate if I clicked on the motherfucker page and it say Mistah ABE viewed your profile. So I didn't want me to pop up at the top of the view your profile thing, so I didn't go to their profile to unfollow or make them unfollow me. I just hit that unfollow button and was like, fuck you. It's simple. So then I go to another live. I thought me and this motherfucker was real cool as well. Now, I will say this, I don't ever think I'm too cool with somebody, especially on social media, because we just cool on social media. It ain't like I know these motherfuckers in real life. It ain't like we kick it all the time or anything. But if we did, that would even made it worse. But good thing we don't, because I can easily detach. I easily detach from motherfuckers I fuck with. So let alone some buzzards or some people that's on social media that I interact with. That ain't shit. So anyway, I request a motherfucker accepted the invite instantly. I get up there, I get to talking. She like, oh, turn your camera on. I'm like, bro, you done seen how I look. Like, I don't feel like turning my goddamn camera on. And she like, oh, well, well, you should probably want to come up here when you want to turn your camera on. I'm just like, damn, this bitch acting Hollywood and bougie like that. But then again, I had to remind myself she is one of them bougie hoes, so no wonder why. But I'm thinking that we cool enough that she wouldn't pull that kind of bougie shit with me. But I'm like, alright, whatever. So, I should have unfollowed that motherfucker, but I said I ain't even gonna do that, whatever. I said, cause sometimes I do be tripping, like, that could have been me just, been on one, but I'm just looking at it like me personally, and I have to remind myself of this daily. Everybody ain't got the same heart as you, everybody ain't got the same energy as you, everybody ain't got the same mind as you. Me personally, when I used to host live panels all the time, if somebody get in my panel and they don't want to turn their camera on, I didn't give a fuck. I'm not finna drop you out the box. I'm not finna tell you, oh, well, you should come back up here when you want to turn your camera on. Like, it don't fucking matter. You know what I'm saying? I get if I was running a certain kind of panel, you know what I mean? But even then, when I was running a certain kind of panel, I still didn't require nobody to turn their camera on if they didn't want to. Excuse me. Now, I know where that shit really stemmed from the late, great Kevin Samuels. He used to always make them buzzers turn their camera on whenever they came on his show. And then Cynthia G or Kendra G, whichever one of them, I forget. I be confusing them because I don't really watch them like that or whatever. Whichever the one that's like darker and got the little hair and whatever. And the one that was on the Kevin Samuel show, like she was on his show before. And then ironically, after he passed away, she switched all her content to basically mimic his content. I guess she was inspired by his content, which a lot of us were and still are or whatever. But I never really seen that until Kevin Samuels, when he used to host his lives and he would make people turn their camera on. Before him, I never seen nobody do that. And I'm not saying he the first one to do it. I'm saying that I didn't see that was a thing until him. So, but this person I'm talking about, she ain't running that kind of panel. She barely even do panels like that. She normally just sit in front of the camera and talk to people in the comments that's commenting. She don't normally even host panels or nothing like that. The only time she will open a panel is if somebody did what I did, which is I requested to come up. So I get it. And me being the type of person I am, and I know how it go. This your shit, this your page, this your panel. Can't nobody tell you how to run it. So I didn't catch no little attitude. I ain't get pissed off. I ain't get salty about it. I just was like, alright, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna come back up, you know what I'm saying, later on or whatever. And she was like, okay. I said, I bet I'll drop back down in the comments. But the whole time I'm just looking like, really, bitch? Like, that was just silly as hell. You know what I'm saying? Because what do I need to turn my camera on for? Now, if it was a thing where it was just like, hey, turn your camera on for 5 seconds and then turn it back off, cool. But if I ain't feel like being on camera, I ain't feel like being on camera. So then, you know, I said something in the comments or whatever, just playing around. Because we normally got that kind of rapport where we would talk some shit to each other in a playful way or whatever. So I said something like, bro, I'm like, you done seen me on camera plenty of times. So I'm like, I just didn't want to be on camera tonight. And she was like, yeah, and that's the thing. She was like, you know, I done seen you be on camera plenty other times or in other people's stuff or whatever. She was like, so why would you not want to turn your camera on for me? Don't do me like that or whatever. And I'm like, alright, whatever. I just left. Like, it ain't even that damn serious. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I'm on camera now.